Okay, let's see if we can go live on Facebook. Here we go.
Oh, there we are.
Setting up meeting.
Yes, we are. We're live in your business, your way.
Does it say live? Are we there?
Yes, we are live.
Fantastic. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a live discussion in this wonderful Facebook group with Bernie Davies, author of Your Business, Your Way. Hi, Bernie.
Hello, hi, Nicky. Yes, I am excited about this.
Me too. So, this lovely book is available on Kindle and now in paperback.
Paperback, yes.
On Amazon, on .co.uk, on .com. So I know you've got photos of people reading this lovely book all around the world.
Yes, people are reading it from all over the world. South Africa, Australia, Panama, Canada, the United States of America. Yes, so yeah, and somebody says they're buying it in Italy tomorrow.
So fantastic. So how does that feel, knowing that your business knowledge is going around the world?
Do you know what? I knew that what I had to share was something that was vital because it's my own experience, and it's the value that I myself got through my years of experience in the marketplace. So I wanted to share it, but sometimes you think to yourself, I think this is good. But when you hear people telling you the difference it's making for them, honestly, it is heartwarming, what I hear. I have a young man who is a budding author himself. He's incredible. He's now about to publish an anthology of poems. And he bought my book, and the post should come out shortly, because he sent me a private WhatsApp message. Number one, he said, after reading this book, I cannot think of anybody else that I'd want to write my foreword. And he said, I'm doing an event on Zoom on the 10th of November, where I'm just going to have a reading of some of my poetry. And I'm going to be sharing about what your book has done for me. And I'd like you to be there to talk, and that's like, wow, I have another lady who she's doing so well in her own career at the moment. She's actually mentoring CEOs. And she sent me a photograph of herself reading the book on the flight. And she's writing notes. And she said to me, my goodness, I need to start journaling again. I've run out of space. I'm going to buy a book. So when you see the book being used, the way you wanted it to be used as well, people are getting insights and reflections, and they're writing it down and running out of space, and now are going to journal. It's incredible.
Yeah, because you and I met, I think it was about 11 years ago. We met through networking, and we've stayed in touch. But when we were planning this book, when we were talking about this book, and I'm going to keep putting it up because it's so bright. I was just talking about the nights drawing in. It's just so bright. It's just so cheerful. To see it in print. I don't think we realised quite how valuable it would be, and also the times. Businesses are having to change and grow, and people who are losing their jobs are maybe thinking about starting their business. So I just think this is vital. But what are your thoughts on how people can use this right now in the current environment?
Well, first of all, now people are thinking about pivoting in their business, introducing something new, or even starting new businesses. People are also forced to start new businesses. So this book, that's why I actually wrote the book. And in it, I have my top 10 things you need to think about when you're going to start a business. So definitely, they need to have a look at that. Do you want us to just start talking about that? Is that where you want to jump off?
Well, I wanted to ask first, where did Uprint come from? We'll go through the top 10 in a minute, but what is a Uprint? Where did that come from?
Oh gosh, well, it was my journey when I was a child. People who read the book will hear me talking about my mother telling me all the time to know myself, and you will hear me share about my challenges growing up in a very strong family with everybody high achievers and very strong personalities, and I was fourth of five, and I had to be like trying to find my place, and that made me have a very competitive personality growing up. And it caused trouble for me when I was in school. People didn't like that about me, and my mother would always be saying to me, you need to know yourself, you need to know yourself. And I didn't really understand what she meant. I mean, I thought, listen, hang on, no, you should be just defending me and telling me that they're not nice, instead of telling me I need to know myself. What good is that? What good is that to me? And now I've come to realize that the single most important thing you can ever do, and the greatest treasure you can ever find, is yourself, right? You need to know yourself. Well, what does that mean? Understand who you are. Understand what drives you. Understand why it drives you. Understand your core values and your core influences. And know that when you go out and about, this is really you print now. When I got to a point at 37 years old, when I moved to this country, that's when I actually discovered what my mother meant. Before that, I didn't get it. And I had to come and move in the marketplace and the network in a new country, which was Wales, because I'd moved on from Bradford at the time. I was here for 6 years and I moved on to Bradford, and I was head of property at the law firm, and I had to go out and network and build it. And I discovered that really it was about who I was and the imprint I was leaving behind that made people want to continue to meet with me, get to know me, continue to build relationships with me, and do business with me. And so I realized, hang on a minute, everywhere I go, and we all do it, we leave an imprint of ourselves wherever we go, whether by default or on purpose. And I call that your you print. That is what distinguishes you. That is your brand. That is, when people talk about personal brand, that is your brand. But you've got to, when you discover that, then you've got to leave a clear and purposeful blueprint. But it's not supposed to be one that's not authentic. It has to be an authentic one. Otherwise, you'll not be able to sustain it. So it is all about understanding who you are. That's where understanding who you are is. Because when you understand it, then you purposely deliver that in measured and strategic ways within the marketplace. So when people leave your presence, they leave with that refreshing. They leave with that impression of who you are. And that's where you start to really make a difference in the marketplace.
Okay, yeah, I love that. Like you say, you leave an imprint by default or on purpose.
Yeah.
And I suppose if you do get that understanding of yourself, then that must give you a really big self-confidence boost. So is that what that book is?
That is where, and that is what, and I touch on that and unpack that in this little book. Somebody call it a pocket rocket, and I think it couldn't be better described because so much is in it. It says a pocket rocket. I purposely wrote it this, and I wanted to keep it this size, and I wanted to keep it conversational. I wanted to also be something that evoked thought, and then you're able to straight away put that thought down on paper. So it's that's what it is here, and you refer back to it, and you can engage with the practical exercises within it. You can share the exercises with yourself or with your teams, but it's something I wanted you to be able to just drop in your handbag, or men in your man bag, and really use. So we talk about confidence. Yes, you've got it. It gives you confidence when you really take the time to get to know yourself, warts and all, yes, and come to terms with these voices in your head, these self-deprecating voices, and realize, actually, are these really my voices, or are these the voices of people when I was young? Is it that teacher's voice? Is it my mother's voice? Is it that uncle's voice? Is it whose voice is it? Is it something I've been watching on television? Because sometimes we don't realize how much of an influence television is, and all of what you see on the media that tells us who we should look like. And some of us will never be. Listen, guys, some of you girls, you will never be a size 8. Okay, get over it. Right? Do not try to be like those people you see on TV. There is a lot of what they call it. They do to like touch up. There's a technical word they use: airbrushing.
Airbrushing photos.
Glossy magazines. Yeah. Okay, right. So it's all of that, And what I do, I actually give practical steps in this book as to how you can work on your confidence. One of the things is simply just what you say to yourself. So you have these voices in your ear, in your mind, cover them, change them, exchange them for positive words. What do you, when you get up first thing in the morning, those first, always say the first 5 minutes you wake up in the morning, that's when there's a battle for your mind. And whoever wins it gets the spoils. And as far as I'm concerned, nobody's going off with my treasures. Sorry. Not anymore. Right?
No, it's that point, isn't it, when you're not quite awake yet. You're just waking up. Yeah, today is going to be a beautiful day. I try and say that every single day when I wake up.
Yes, and you've hit it there, Nikki. Say it. And another thing I say is, and I say in this book, if you try, you'll never succeed to think a negative thought and speak a positive statement at the same time. So this is what you do. When the negative thought starts to come, speak out a positive statement. If you heard what Nikki just said, the affirmation, it's going to be a beautiful day. There's no way she can say, while she's saying it is going to be a beautiful day, cannot programming of any other thought be going on simultaneously. No. So she's captured her mind. Yes. And that's the kind of thing. Look at the things that you achieved in the past. And sometimes we overlook the things that are easy. We discount them because we have done them so easily over and over, that we don't value them. No, they are important. They are wonderful. Somebody else cannot do that. How many people have said to you, how did you do that? And you think, it's just that little thing. No, it's not just that little thing. It's your gift. It's your talent. Do not diminish it. And then at the same token, diminish yourself, So I talk about building your confidence like you build a house. I won't go into all this because you need to buy the book. But it gives you the foundations, the walls, the brick mortar, and the mortar that you need, and then the roof. I take you through step-by-step process of how to build your confidence in this book. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's something that you can repeat and consistently, because you did not lose your confidence overnight. So you will not regain it overnight, but it's a journey. And like I also say in the book, it takes 21 days, they say, to change, to form a new habit. Okay? Aren't you worth 21 days? I'm sure you are.
Yes, I'm sure everyone is. So the first bit of the book, it's all about starting a new business. And as you say, if someone's pivoting into doing something different, or if someone's been employed and they're starting a new business, then you've got 10 steps, 10 things to think about before people actually start doing. Because in my experience, sometimes people just rush in, and they grab a logo and they start trading and they do this and they do that.
I know. You literally grab a logo.
And they realize they've missed these steps. So yes. I think it was really good to take people through these.
Yes.
So yeah, step 1. Am I ready for this?
Yeah, you wanna read that?
Shall I just read that one?
Yeah.
I think that's be really good. So, number 1, you ask yourself, am I ready for this? We are all gifted and talented in our own unique ways, and based on our differing personality traits, some of us are born entrepreneurs and some academics. Some live for the corporate world and others thrive in front of a computer, changing the world from their bedrooms. Which one are you? Let Bernie help you with that. Not everyone is cut out to run a business. Unfortunately, some people make this discovery after years of struggle, frustration, and severe financial loss. You need an entrepreneurial and pioneering spirit to make a success of any business in today's economic climate. You need to have a clear vision and purpose for your business that consumes, excites, and drives you.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I carry on?
Yes, carry on.
If this is not the case, you may wish to examine whether you are pursuing someone else's dream and not your own, or whether you are focusing on simply making money. It might be a good idea to rethink that approach. If you're not pursuing a venture that, if money were no object, would still excite you, then it's probably not the project for you. If you cannot think of at least 3 good reasons why your prospective clients would be better off using you, don't for 1 minute think they will. If your mind is not whirring with ideas as to how you will make the marketplace discover how great an asset your offering is, maybe you should think twice. If you do not truly believe that your offering compares more than favourably and has distinct advantages from that of your competitors, definitely think again. And most importantly, if you hate hard work, rejection, budget, compliance, customer care, and sleepless nights, then you're in for a shock, because that is exactly what running a business is all about. That's what I like about this book though, Bernie. As you said, it is, you take someone's hand and you take them through it. And it is, I can hear you with me when I'm thinking about those things. You know, you guide people through. So, I mean, we're not going to read all of them out because, like you say, buy the book.
Buy the book. I know, but you're right. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to make it because some of these business books are so, and you know, it's different strokes. What they say,
Strokes for different
strokes.
folks.
Yeah, I can't remember that phrase. We all know it. Different strokes for different folks. That's the one. Yes, and yeah. So, but mine, I wanted it to be something that is not daunting, because business, the whole prospect of you know, launching a business is daunting enough. And so I wanted to do something that people would feel like that they had somebody with them, just guiding them along, and, you know, carrying them through. Yes, giving key principles. Yes, of course not, you know, I wasn't mollycoddling there. I was actually, you know, saying, yeah, it's going to be hard, but I've been gentle about it. And I try to do that, because, you know, it is daunting, but it can be done. And I also am vulnerable in the book, where I tell about my own challenges as well, and how I've overcome them. And so people will have, you know, that inspiration. And I give my some of my successes as well, so people understand, you know, that, you know, you can have really good success if you apply the principles that are in the book.
Yeah. And it's true, isn't it? You know, you've got to have a plan, and then you've got to have the energy to sustain that plan. But
Yes.
then you do need, whether it's a mentor, whether it's your best friend, whoever it is, you need people in your corner, don't you? You know?
Exactly. I mean, there was another young lady who she was reading my book, and this part she had gotten as far as, because I just turned over the page and I went to websites, because I do, it's very comprehensive what I talk about, guys. You know, when you think about, you should think about your market conditions, your business name, your branding, your message, your website, the competition, support and mentoring, networking, and what was 10? Let me go, was 10. And funding. So all of those things that I mentioned. She got as far as websites. And she said to me, Bernie, your book has helped me, because what I've done, I was relaunching my website. I put your book down. I said, I've not gone further than the website part, but I read what you said about the website. I put the book down, and I went and got my website. I fixed some things on my website. And she said, I'm so happy about it. And her website is fantastic. So, you know, guys, there are practical tools you can apply straight away, and it can make a difference.
And I think I like these sections as well. I'm not sure if it's going to come out on the camera, but the insights and reflection section.
Yes.
So, you know, if you do get a burning question, or you think, oh, I must remember to do that, you know, like you say, you can mark it here and then go off and do that bit, and then come back and kind of carry on again.
Yes, exactly.
That's it. So what's next, Bernie? You've got a beautiful book. You've got lots of people buying your book, working through your book. And maybe they get so far with this book, and then they think, okay, I need more. So how can people get more of you? What are your plans over the coming year?
Well, that's exactly what the question you've asked is the reason I wrote the book in the first instance. I felt that with the pandemic, people needed the kind of help that is in this book. And I wanted to provide that help. But I also wanted to provide a book that people who might not be able to afford my services, if they follow the book and follow the principles in it, they get something. It might not be the best, but they do get something that I can actually run with. And that's why I felt so encouraged when people have been coming back to me and telling me that they're getting things that they're actually working on just from reading the book. But then it also lets you understand that, you know, these kind of tools and these types of exercises and these types of considerations are key now, and I'm here to help you with them. I'll mentor you through the various processes. I coach, and I will train you. So whether it's your teams you need us to work with, because in the book it talks about, you know, the U-print then drills down to your brand and your business brand and your business culture. It drills down to, in the book we talk about relationships, how you get to understand and build effective relationships so you can build your business and grow your networks. In the book it speaks about we develop key referral partnerships, and there are key techniques in the book that I've set out. Very practical. It's very practical. It makes no sense to have something that's ethereal and that's no use to us. It's all very practical. And I offer the services. Go to BernieDavies.com. You can book a session with me, book Bernie, and I will work through you as an entrepreneur, or if you want me to help you with your teams. And, you know, I also am offering support as well with mentoring people who think, oh, I can never write. And I can show you how many of you have a book in you, you know, and I will certainly direct you to the best publisher around town. I wonder who that is to let it happen, you know. So it's essentially, I'm here to deliver to you, whether in the form of just a book, one-on-one mentoring and coaching, or group sessions. And what I also want to do is, if you would like me to speak, I am a speaker, and I do speak on topics such as this, but it's mainly about sharing my story of hope, and as my story of how you actually find the uniqueness in you and your business, how you own it, as I say, you bottle it and you sell it, how to be unrepentantly you in the marketplace, and also how to, by respecting others in the marketplace, build incredible networks that inure to you making a lot of money, because that's what it's all about. We want to be successful at what we do, don't we? Let's just face it.
Yeah, and as you say, you know, hope and success are
Yes.
the things that need to come out of this year, aren't they? They're the things that, you know, we need to go forward into 2021 really really excited about business and about life, because I know so many people that have said out of recession comes incredible business. And
Oh,
so
millionaires are born.
yeah,
They say that.
yes.
You know?
So let's really focus on that. And thank you for mentioning us as publishers. You know, we've seen some incredible people who were told at school, a lot of people were told that they couldn't write, they would never
Yes.
write. And they've had that impression. And one of our authors, you know, she's writing her third book with us. She's incredible. And, you know, when, as I say, when you and I started talking, who would have known that this book would be doing so well and doing such good.
Yes, like I said, I wasn't writing it to be any seller, except you know, to sell the idea of engaging with my values that I put in the book. That was all I was worried about. I wasn't thinking about bestseller and hot new #1 hot new release in all my 3 categories from the get-go, and still sustaining and maintaining a bestseller position. I wasn't expecting that at all. We never spoke bestseller, did we? No, we just spoke when is it going to be published? because I want to launch my services, you know. But because it has come out at a time like this, you know. And the fact is, the principles in my book also are reflected in the success of the book, because I talked about in the book how you brand yourself and how you brand your business. And I'm confident that the branding of this book is, I would think, 90% of the success of the book, because a lot of people don't know what's in it. They buy the cover. And the branding of it, I applied my same principles. I am about owning and knowing yourself. So my book was about how much I own and know myself. So it's about me. My brand is me, right? So that's what I've done with the book. The colors reflect my bright, bubbly personality. So this book is an example of what I am actually telling you to do for yourself. Now, you're not going to be bright and bold, but no less impressive, no less significant once you've found the right brand for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so true. And what I love is, you know, when I delivered your book, when I see you networking, when I see you online, Bernie is Bernie is Bernie. You know, you get what you pay for. So if you love the book, then do get in touch. And again, this group, you know, you've got your lovely Facebook group that we're doing this live. Technology works.
Yes.
You know, if you've got friends and contacts that would like to join Bernie in this group, then join in here, because I think hanging out in Facebook groups, there are one or two groups that I love kind of hanging out in, and there's always positivity in your group.
Yes, so you can, it's all about nurturing in the groups. You know, that's what it is. You know, just getting to know each other and to share ideas and share skills and expertise. So yes, most definitely, guys, join us in Your Business Your Way group. Let's grow together.
Let's do that. Bernie, it was fantastic talking to you.
Oh, pleasure. Absolute
The book
pleasure.
is available on amazon.co.uk, amazon.com. It's
Yes.
on Kindle and on paperback. So grab your book today and start sharing your business your way. But
Yes.
thanks, everyone. It's lovely to see you.
There we go.
See you.
Fabulous. Bye.
Bye.